guys, it's Dean, and I'm here with your PALOMBI team home maintenance tip of the day. Yeah, it's great to sell houses, but once we sell you a house, it's hard to know what to do when things go crazy, right? So an expert is what I strive to be. Most of the time I don't know what I'm doing, but I learn. Let me show you what I'm talking about. We woke up this morning to a puddle under the floor at the refrigerator, and I couldn't remember exactly what I did the last time this happened, but I do know that the puddle will cause damage to my engineered hardwood floors. You see, these floors are really just a very thin layer of wood, and then on top of that they engineer a bunch of garbage to make you think you've got hardwood floors. You don't, but that's the way life is in the real world. So I forgot, and I remembered just as quickly as all, and I told Janet, we've got to unplug your refrigerator. We've got to let it defrost. I can't do that. Well, first of all, I don't blame her for freaking out, but the truth is most of this stuff can go 45 minutes to an hour without having a problem, right? So take the stuff that needs to be frozen and stick it in a cooler. So that's the first tip of the day, is take the stuff that you got to have frozen that will be in fear and throw it in your cooler. What happens is these freezers go through a defrost cycle. Remember the old days when you had to defrost your refrigerator and clean off all the nonsense? Well, we don't have to do that anymore, but electronically it does it, and sometimes it screws up. Let me show you what I mean. These are your coils. That's where the magic happens. That's what makes the refrigerator freeze on this side, right? And down the bottom, you're going to see something that looks like a little drain pan, because it's exactly what it is. This drain pan has a hole. That hole goes down into a tube, and it drains onto a tray. So as the coils come down and go into the tray, it goes to the top and it evaporates. And we as happy little homeowners don't notice a thing until we get a puddle on the floor. But what happens is sometimes that area right there will freeze up. And it freezes up because it didn't drain fast enough. Probably because that drain's dirty. So the next thing I'm going to do will be a big help as well. I'm going to take this pump and I'm going to air blow into that hole. I was trying to figure out what I could use to get enough air pressure in. Well, this is probably perfect. So I'm going to blow air. I don't want to put more liquid in there and then flood the floor, right? But if there's debris, anything that's caught, I want to blow it out of there and it will land on that. So I tried the fast and easy way, and that didn't work. I blew air down that line, and within the next day, I found the ice still frozen on the bottom. And this is what it looks like, folks. My freezer is running right now. You see that? That is frozen solid. That hole right there drains down to the condensation line that will clear this and keep these coils. Well, it's basically going to drop down. It's going to go in this pan, and then it's going to be eliminated down on the bottom where it boils off. And that's not happening right now. So I tried to deal with just working in it from the front of the freezer. That didn't happen. It's freezing over, and I'm still getting the defrost cycle causing a mess. Thankfully, I'm washing it, so it's not getting on my floor anymore. I'll show you. If you're brave enough to tackle this project, you know to don't put metal in the microwave, but there's a glass jar. We're going to put it on for 30 seconds. We're going to watch it because it may start boiling way sooner than that. Okay, about 45 seconds later, and this water's hot enough to touch the glass jar, but not to burn me. Let's get in here. And in here, we've got this frozen tray of water. I just dumped hot water in there. And it's melting the ice, but it's still clogged, which is fascinating. Okay. A little more hot water, and a few more seconds of time. And now I can see the hole in the drip pan again. And it has got a clogged piece of ice right in the center, holding it back on the defrost cycle of these coils. So every few hours, the freezer self-defrosts. And when it does that, it creates water, and that water goes down to the tray, and then it will evaporate down below in the plastic tray underneath the refrigerator, which is exactly what we're not seeing right now. So let's see if we get any water at all in the tray. Yeah, see, it's not making its way back there. It's melting the ice, but it's not going down the tube. I've got to find a way to free that clog up now in the pan. I'll do that and try to. There it is, people. You see that dripping? That's what we're looking for. Dripping through there into the condensate pan. Now, not nearly enough. I don't think my clog is done quite yet. Wow, this crummy little loop, this little crummy loop is what was messing me up. This thing here loops into the little bracket back here, and it turned into a loop. You had to take it apart. And this is horrible, but you're going to get in here. If you do this project, you're going to get in here and you're going to find out exactly how that loops. And you're going to need to dig in and take it apart. The minute I opened it up, made the loop straight. Made that loop straight. Junk dumped right out of there. Junk that was allowing that water to not flow freely. This literally goes right up to the tray and catches the water off that tray where we were pouring water in inside the freezer. See that crap sitting in there? That's just a little bit of that. That right there is a little bit of what was in that tube. It was loaded full of garbage. So much fun. Anyway, it sure beats the other alternative. Somebody coming out and lying to me, telling I've got a bigger problem, or charging me so much money just to do this little project. And not even taking a look at this hose, which will then leak a week later when they move the fridge back and forth. So it causes more damage. So there you go. That PVC tubing is now in that tube. And guess what? I got it out the other side. That is pretty cool. So now I know I've got that much volume that's clear. I'm going to hook it all up, start sending hot water through there, dumping it out, fill up the tray, get it nice and clean, and then call it a day. So guys, I took that clear jar of water and I took the clear jar and I put it under here. You can see that black hose and the blue tape that's on it inside the clear jar. Now I'm going to be able to see what kind of water comes through there. After heating that hot water up in that black jar or that glass jar, I put it in this plastic cup and I'm going to pour it right in here, and we're going to get wow, that water just flowed right down that little hole. Went right down it, no question about it. And now I should be able to find that water. I should be able to find that water back here, right in my glass jar. And close my freezer door. Come on back here. It's fun to work in tight spaces. I'll tell you what, you better stay skinny if you're a plumber, because it ain't easy. Okay, what do we got back here? Let's see. Looks like I got water in a jar. I got water on the floor too. That's okay. I can deal with that. I'm so happy. I poured a lot of water in and I overflowed it. Look at that. That's what you want, people. That water came through that black tube, back here, through this the curve, and down, and now it's dripping on the floor. So yeah, let's get it on the pan. Oh, that's so nice. Okay. The cup filled up and overflowed. And the water's now back in the pan, dripping out of that tube. That water is disgusting that came through there. Even after cleaning that out and flushing it, I got a bunch out. So now I'm not going to have a clogged line anymore. Now when the freezer goes through its defrost cycle, it's not going to soak my floor anymore. On the floor behind my refrigerator. This has been an exhausting project, but I'd say if you had this video, which I had to rediscover what needed to be done. I did this, gosh, 2-3 years ago. It'd be a lot faster. Probably about an hour if you watch this video first, and you can knock this project out from start to finish. Most of your frozen meats aren't going to get messed up in an hour, and so you really don't have to go through a lot of pain. If you like this video, please like it. Please subscribe to my channel, our channel, the PALOMBI team, Janet and Dean, and share it. People might find this interesting and start tuning in. We're all about real estate. And this is part of real estate, ownership and maintenance of a house. It's not my best look, but you know what? If I can help you in any way, I will. We love what we do. We love helping people. And this PALOMBI team tip for maintenance can just save you quite some time and money. Thank you again. I'm Dean. My wife is Janet. We're the PALOMBI team. When you buy or sell, make it a PALOMBI.